Today we're replacing the door lock actuator in my 2007 Chrysler Town & Country. We're doing the right rear sliding door because when I hit lock and unlock, my actuator isn't working, so the door doesn't ever lock or unlock. Let's get to it. To remove the door panel, you just need to pop a screwdriver under it and pry back. Basically, it has these clips. There aren't any screws holding it in place. When you go back together, make sure all of the clips are back in. Sometimes they fall to the ground when you're coming apart. Once you get the door panel off, peel back this weather stripping and pull this plastic padding out of the way so you can access the door lock. Then go ahead and open the door and come to the back and take these 3 Torx screws loose so that you can get the lock out. You want to come down to the end of this lock rod, push this down so you can get the lock rod out of your way so that you have more room to move the lock. With the lock rod loose, you should be able to work the whole lock assembly out of the door so you have more room to work. This is the actuator we're replacing. There's one little screw that holds it in and then it slides on these tabs. You want to unplug it too. Then when I flip it over, we're gonna take this rod out at the green spot and unhook that connector. My new actuator came with 2 arms on it so that I could use this in the right door or the left door. You just want to make sure you have the correct piece on. If you gotta swap them, it's just this little screw here. Make sure when you put the new arm in, this little gold tab is through where it's supposed to be before you screw it into place. Also want to make sure this guy's slid over, this guy's slid over. It should all line up correctly. Then plug in the connector, put it back up in the door, screw it in, and we'll test it out. This little lever here engages your child lock. If you don't have a nifty little sticker like mine, if you press it towards the vehicle, it means you can't open the door from the inside, or children can't open the door. If you slide it out, then you can open it from either the inside or outside when it's unlocked. Just make sure you have that in the position that you want it. Before I put the door panel back on, I do a test to make sure everything's working correctly. You can see this actuator is locking and unlocking. Make sure that this rod is back in place and locked in so it won't come loose when you get the door back together. Everything looks good.